All right, welcome back to another explainer. We're going to skip the usual pleasantries today because honestly, what we have in front of us is just way too fascinating to wait. We're diving headfirst right into the core mechanics of the 013 Phoenix system. More specifically, we're looking at how you can completely shift away from being in a state of automatic biological reactivity and instead become the intentional, deliberate master of your own physical reality. And we're going to do all of this by exploring a highly specific mechanical somatic protocol.
Okay, let's dive into this. There is a fundamental divide at the very heart of this entire system, and it's the concept of the sleeping self versus the awake self. Now, the sleeping self is how most human beings operate, right? It's when we just sort of treat our physical body as this accidental vehicle, an automatic biological machine that just reacts to environmental friction, stress, and just degrades over time based on the predictable laws of entropy. The awake self, on the other hand, is the intentional architect. But actually, let me break the fourth wall for a quick second here. As you're listening to this, I really want you to actively notice your own physical state right now. Are your shoulders tight? Is your breathing kind of shallow? Because if so, you are very likely operating from that sleeping self, just caught up in the friction of the day.
Moving right into Section 1, Waking the Sleeping Self, and how we reframe and reprogram the body.
Now, what's really interesting about the Phoenix system is that your body is absolutely not seen as some accidental decaying prison. It completely throws that old myth out the window. If you look at the energy mapping, it actually views the physical form as a highly complex, programmable circuit. It is the essential foundation which the system refers to as Key 1 or Earth. Because to build anything of permanence, you have to start with the ground. Your bones, your tissues, your structural integrity, this is literally the raw matter through which all your higher potential anchors itself. If this physical foundation is weak or neglected, you just simply cannot process higher frequencies of energy or thought without completely burning out your nervous system.
That brings us to Section 2, silencing your biological noise and clearing out all that internal static.
So, what does this biological noise actually look like in the real world? Well, it's that chronic muscle tension you're probably holding completely unconsciously in your jaw, your shoulders, maybe your hips, usually while hunched over a laptop keyboard like a stressed-out gargoyle, right? It's that rapid, shallow breathing that constantly signals this low-grade, continuous fight-or-flight panic to your nervous system. And of course, it's the endless mental chatter obsessed with past grievances or future anxieties. Again, I want to validate this with your own lived experience right this exact second. Are you taking tiny, shallow sips of air right now? Are you clenching your jaw? That physical friction is exactly the noise that keeps your programmable circuit totally jammed.
To actually eliminate this noise, the system utilizes Key 8, which is called sacred silence. And this isn't just about, being quiet in a room. It's an insulating threshold. It is the precise moment where ordinary physical physics, the doubts of your ego, and all that biological noise just entirely dissolve. So how do you actually get there? You do it through a daily somatic scan. You mentally sweep from the crown of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet, and you consciously command every single tight muscle fiber to just drop its resistance. When you hit that threshold where thought pauses, that is when cellular clarity can finally take root. Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, the 4-phase breath protocol. This is the exact blueprint for rewriting your nervous system.
And this brilliantly illustrates Key 4, the heart gateway, which is aligned with the element of air. In this philosophy, breath is viewed as the invisible thread that links your uncreated spirit to your dense physical form, but it requires intentional breathing. You see, most humans breathe defensively, which just keeps their sympathetic nervous system locked in overdrive. But through Key 4, you're using the breath as a highly practical mechanical tool to harmonize your thought, your breath, and your perspective all at the exact same time.
So here is the exact somatic protocol to clear that noise, the 4-4-4-4 cadence. I actually want you to tangibly test this out with me right now as you're watching. Let's shift away from that reactive human physics for a second. Ready? Step 1. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Deeply into the lower abdomen, expanding the chest, visualizing clean source energy just filling your cells. Step 2. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Let yourself feel the static pressure completely equalize across your entire nervous system. Step 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Releasing the air slowly, physically pushing out all that biological toxicity, fatigue, and mental static. And step 4, hold empty. 2, 3, 4. Resting completely in the void, what the system calls Key 0, right before the next cycle begins. That rhythmic cadence is exactly how you fundamentally rewrite your nervous system.
Now you might be wondering, why does this specific breathwork matter so much? Well, it all comes down to the supreme law of manifestation,
Attention directs, emotion fuels, conviction sustains. The breath works mechanically because it totally focuses your will. It takes your directed attention, combines it with the emotional fuel of your intention, and builds the sustained conviction that you need to actually reprogram your biology. You aren't just taking in oxygen here. You are literally directing energy through a programmable circuit.
Let's move on to Section 4, achieving cellular regeneration and tapping into the Phoenix archetype.
This is the ultimate culmination of everything we've been talking about. Key 11, Phoenix renewal. This is the realization of continuous renewal and true cellular regeneration. Ordinary biology naturally breaks down through stress, oxidation, and what the texts refer to as cellular forgetting. But the Phoenix body, it fights this entropy. By mastering the breath protocol we literally just did and silencing that biological noise, you are consciously commanding your genetic blueprint to return to its original alpha state. You're resurrecting the body from exhaustion and decay simply by relinking it to pure source energy.
So, let's see how this builds into a daily, practical routine. The regeneration routine has 3 scaling steps. First up is the vision blueprint, which correlates to key 6. Instead of seeing your body as this decaying, tired matter, you actively visualize your cells as a luminous grid of living light. Next is the vitality anchor, where you use focused intention to constantly remind your biology of its eternal prime. And finally, rest as activation. This is such a crucial reframe. Sleep in this system is absolutely not a sign of weakness or just a passive state. It is a highly active, sacred period where the soul literally rewrites your somatic code while all that biological noise is finally turned off.
Which brings us to this absolutely crucial final point. Vitality is a choice, and discipline is a frequency. Take the throne of your own biology. The Phoenix system is challenging you to stop fighting your own body and instead govern it from key 7, the throne of self. You oversee this physical vessel without ego, without panic, and without static. If you can truly master that 4-phase breath and silence the noise of your own biology, what other limits of conventional reality might you be able to shatter by exploring the deeper keys of the 013 system? I'll leave you to think about that one. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.